G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's psychic cowgirl, at home here in Sunday Creek, Victoria, Australia. I hope you're all having either a great evening or great afternoon if you're here in Australia in the southern parts. We're celebrating Anzac Day today, so I've got my little badge here in honour of those that have fought for our country, you know, here in Australia and New Zealand. And it's a really commemorative day to support all the soldiers and those that sacrificed their lives, the horses even, you know, that were taken across and that didn't return. So it's a really massive day today of remembrance for us. So, yeah, it's been a pretty, how can you put it, like a sombre morning, remembering and, you know, seeing and hearing some of the stories of the soldiers that went across, the ones that did actually make it back home again to their families. And, yeah, it's pretty crazy to think, you know, they did all that for us to be able to now have the freedom that we have. So we do feel really blessed to be able to be here and honour them. And, yeah, it's really important for most Australians today. So, yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up before we started the, show. So thank you for listening. Thank you guys for connecting. Don't forget on the live feed, we can't actually see, I can't see what you're writing, but, you know, by all means, shoot us a message, remembering to share this so that we can then get you on and have a chat on the radio. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. So I hope you've all had a good week. This week for me has been fairly steady, but also a little bit of a reminder to take a couple of steps back where needed. So I've actually been, you know, pulling back with, just being aware of what I'm doing with my time. And, you know, sometimes we get distracted from, you know, the focus of what we need to be doing day to day for our own, I suppose it's for our own inner self, for our own best interests. So I wanted to mention that today to remind you to, you know, take some time for yourself. So, you know, over the next few days, really, you know, make a point of doing something that you love to do, even if it's only for 15, 20 or 30 minutes. You know, it's important to make that commitment to self, because we forget that. So, you know, I know, and I forget that. Like, I tell people all the time, and then as I'm telling someone for, you know, doing a reading, I will be like, oh, I need to hear that. So, you know, so for those of you listening, if this resonates, please, you know, make that a commitment, because it really does recharge your batteries, and we need to look at doing those things that recharge our batteries so that we can then present and show up in our life as full as we can. Another thing I had a lot of chats about this week is, you know, bringing things to you and manifesting the things that we want. So a reminder that, you know, your vision boards are really massive for that. I had a reminder when we picked up our Mustang. I'd forgotten I had my vision board there, that I'd pulled it all down and went, I'm going to change it up, because I had achieved, you know, quite a few things on there already, and it was like, I need a revamp. And so I'd pulled it all apart, and I'd since forgotten, and then up popped the Mustang, and it just something reminded me. And I went, wow, you know, the power of attraction, the power of putting things on your vision board that you want to bring to you, and just allowing things to happen at the perfect time. It's, you know, really, you know, I say timelines are, you know, can be a bit limiting. So sometimes it's like the universe will bring things to you at the perfect time. So, you know, it might be a case of you really have a car in mind, and if it was to manifest really quickly, you might have to get into extra debt for it. Whereas 18 months later, you know, you've got half the money or all of the money for it. So, you know, we need to trust that the universe will provide at the perfect time, and things don't need to be a struggle. So bear that in mind if you're struggling. It's about changing something up. We can't keep doing the same things, having the same beliefs, and changing things up. So if you find you're struggling with money, if you're struggling with your health, you know, anything that you may be struggling with, there's a message in that to change something up. So make that your goal this week, to change something. If there's an area of your life that's not working, change it up. It doesn't hurt. And change is the only constant in life. So it's a great reminder for all of us. Okay, I'm going to move on to my first caller, Melissa in New Hampshire. USA. Melissa, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Did you want me to focus on anything specific for you today, or?
Yeah, I was hoping to touch base about like my love life, and there's like several people I've been seeing, and I wanted to know if any of them are going to be long term.
Okay. There's been a hurt. Well, I want to go back to was there 2 years ago where you had a painful breakup, or there was something that's it's almost like they're showing me that there's been a bit of a not ideal separation. So there's that in the back of your head a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, my boyfriend passed away almost 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So that's why it's been brought to me. Okay. So you've done a lot of healing with that, though, because
right.
You often listen to that guidance that you get from him.
I try to, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like he's there to guide you. Okay, I'm going to just tune in because he's the one that obviously, has come up to step in and assist me with giving you some guidance. There's something around the fella that's going to grab you has a lot of similarities to him. And he's laughing when he says that because there's an element where I feel you might go, oh, my God. But he's saying to me it's the good bits.
Okay.
So, okay. Was there something, because it's like he's acknowledging in spirit there were things that he didn't do well, and he puts his hand up for that. And I feel like he succumbed to things easily. So I don't know whether was it that he's not great with money, or he had a personality that was impulsive, I feel like he's showing me.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like he's acknowledging that now. He realizes, that it was to his detriment. It's almost like he's, saying, I put my hand up, I take responsibility, and he's not going to bring in a guy that's got that element.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, because he's showing me stability, and we want somebody solid. And there is somebody, now I know you said you're seeing a couple, there's someone stepping in, but I'm not sure that he's telling me that they're there just quite yet. It's somebody who's solid, who is financial, and who is an open book. There's an element of being shown everything up front that is really important to you. And this male that's going to step in, and look, if he's there, I feel like he's only just stepped in, or there's something recent around him, and he is a little bit different. He's very, what you see is what you get.
Okay.
So if that doesn't relate to any you're seeing now, there's someone else that's going to step in. He's also showing me that he will give you will not be in doubt with this one stepping in. So it's like he's going to give you the signs so that you know this is the real deal. I'm not getting, because it's like it's important for you for them to be open. I'm not getting the wool put, I'm not getting hoodwinked into something that's not quite right. We're very about being honest and open, and that's so important for you.
Yes, absolutely.
And is there 2 children around you, can I ask? Because I feel like there's attention to 2 children.
Yeah, we have 2 boys together.
Yep. And a girl. So is there 3 altogether?
No, we just have 2 boys together.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, because it's like he's making reference to 2 children. And it's important for him that this male is a good role model for the boys, obviously. So it's almost like he will make sure that whoever steps up is going to be a good fit. So what I do want to say, what he's showing me is if you see the red flags early, take notice. So, sometimes you'll meet somebody and they'll be telling you the talk, okay, because I feel like there's an element that he's showing me. They'll talk you'll see little signs of it not being quite right, or, they're being showed up to not being fully truthful with you. As soon as you see that, say, that's not for me.
Okay.
Okay. There's something around, where does the fishing fit in? Is that with your partner that's passed away? Because he's showing me something around fishing or going fishing.
Yeah, we had a lake house that we would take the boat out and go fishing all the time.
Yeah. So, and the boys enjoyed that because it's like he's showing you fishing. So I feel like that's a connection with the new man. He likes fishing.
Okay.
Okay. And can I also say, there's something around this. What he's showing me is he's from a different area. So almost like I want to look in a different area for this new connection. He's not from where you are. It's like I'm going to another area.
Okay.
Okay. So, but there's definitely a connection to fishing. He's very down to earth. He's showing me, I even feel like I've got facial hair, and I'm not sure. I'm thinking that he's showing me this as a future man stepping in. I'm not thinking that it's him, but there's definitely reference to a beard.
Okay.
And he loves you very much, and he also wants to acknowledge thanking you for all that you did. And you also stepped up since he passed to make something happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's saying thank you. Because if you didn't do that, nobody else would have, I believe, in the way that he's showing me. He's also handing me a red rose. He's showing me a red rose. So I want to go to either the red rose is significant, and it's a single rose. It's not like a bunch. So he's handing that to me to give to you. Now, that can sometimes mean, and I feel like there's some reference to either an anniversary or something as well coming up, and this is a connection with the two of you.
Anniversary. I'm not sure.
There's something in a reference to, was there a red rose connection with him?
No. My birthday is next month. I don't know, maybe that's it.
Okay. Yeah, because there's some sort of celebration, but it's like true love. And it's like the two of you had a really great connection. And it was a bit out of the box, I want to say, the way he's showing me. It was very unique what you had together.
It was.
But he does want me to tell you that he'll always be around you, and he gives you the signs.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
He's also referencing a hat. So I don't know whether he had a hat or you've got his hat. There's something about a hat too.
Yeah, I have his hat.
Yeah. So it's like when you feel sad and a little bit stuck, stick his hat on.
Okay.
Okay, because it's amazing how, that connection, it really can amplify. And it's like, he's around, you do see the signs, but he definitely wants you to be aware that he will be guiding you. There'll be no question. And there'll be something funny about this new guy that you'll go, oh, my God, it's just like him.
Oh, gosh, okay.
All right, so look for that because it'll be obvious. It really will.
Okay, definitely will.
All right, so know that you're guided. And it's like he's showing me you deserve somebody really great to come in, and they're not far away. So please trust with that.
Okay. Can I ask one question real quick?
Yeah. Yep.
One of the people that I've been seeing, I feel like he's a twin flame. And I just wanted to know if you had any insight if that's actually what's happening or not.
Okay. With this one, you feel a connection with. Is there something what's creating the unsure or the questioning around this one?
As to being in a relationship with him?
Yeah. There's something that doesn't sit right with you around him.
Yeah, he's very, I don't know what the word is. He's kind of selfish, I guess you could say.
Yep. He's been on his own for a while, though.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that element. But I feel like you have a great connection, and obviously you're feeling that twin flame that really to him. But I feel like it's something he's got to sort out because it's like, work it out, you're going to have to be the fixer. And I don't see for you moving forward, you don't want to have to fix somebody. It's like, I'm here to enjoy myself. I've got my 2 kids that I want to have a fun life. And it's like, we don't want it to be hard.
Right.
So it's, I don't feel he's the man, to be honest. I'll be straight up with that. That's what he's showing me. I don't feel, because I feel there's elements of him that won't change, and you will be struggling with having to deal with his stuff, and he needs to deal with it. That's why he's been on his own for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say you're not still meant to be connected in, you know, like a as friends or as that type of connection. But I feel like for you, your hesitations, because he's not solid. He's not, you know, he hasn't got great foundations. And it's like there's an element of you with all that you've been through and the loss of your partner, you don't want to have to deal with. And that's where you're questioning, or that's what he's showing me. It's like, you know, you deserve better than that, I want to say.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. I suppose the message in that and what he's showing, don't compromise.
Oh, hello?
Yep, sorry. Don't compromise. That's a message there. If they don't fit, you're not going to try and make them fit. So it is about, not compromising your integrity. Okay, I think I've lost you, but you can listen to this later and get all the message through anyway. So much luck to you, and you will be fine. You're divinely guided. Okay, I'm moving on. Our next caller, Paige from Indiana. Paige, how are you?
Hi. Pretty good. How are you doing?
How you going? Good. I get a horse symbol for you. Oh. Do you have a connection with horses?
Not that I know of.
Okay. If it's not a connection that way, then we're talking the freedom of the horse. So do you relate to having, because I feel like the open and I'm a horse and I'm off I go.
I think
So
I
is there
do
a sense of
relate to a horse. I'm kind of free-spirited in a way.
Yeah. But I also think it's relevant at the moment because there's something whereby you've been have freedom and this is about self-expression. It's about you being who you are, almost being free. You know, like I feel like I'm free to make decisions. Something's changed. It's an act to do this though.
Yes, ma'am. That does relate to
Yeah.
me.
So
definitely.
it's like I want to say you are right where you need to be, and you've done saying yes to opportunities or being open to opportunities that come away.
Yes, actually. I just got a new job and I'm trying to join the military. So, yes.
Yep. So it's like this year for you is about yes, because you've embraced that freedom and you've embraced, you know, like it's a hard thing to put into words, but when you step into your personal power, which is really what you've done, and sometimes that just slowly happens and we don't even realize it, but it's like I'm being shown from spirit that you've kind of stepped up to the mark. So when that happens, you're saying to the universe, hey, I'm ready. Bring it all my way. Thank you very much. And it's like I feel like no matter what happens for you this year, you will be stepping into more and more personal power and doing the things that you want to do. Because there's something around, I've got a big picture here. I've got something in my mind, like I want to travel somewhere. I want to do some exploring, and I want to have more than enough so that I can do that because I'm making choices.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's
that
like
sounds awesome. That sounds good.
Yeah, and it really is because for you it's about exploring, and there's also that element with the horse, or how you were saying you relate to the horse energy, in that you don't gather things around you. You don't need to have all these things. It's for you, it's about the freedom of just galloping on down the road and picking up what you need at the perfect time. But I don't let things hold me down or make me feel like I'm stuck or I have to be in this place or that place. I can be open and I can make decisions. And it's really important for you to be able to have that, you know, to have that fun, to go away and to travel and explore. And I see you doing that.
Oh, heck yes. That's what I want to do. I do want to travel
Yeah.
a lot, yes.
Yeah. So make sure, and going back to what I said at the beginning of this show, is get your vision board set up and put the places you want to go to, like get some pictures off the internet or whatever, and just stick them up there and go, you know what? I'm not going to worry about how it happens, but the universe will make it happen. And because you're in such a yes year for you, we want to be clear on what we want. And so let's narrow it down to say, okay, I want to go to England. I want to go to Europe. I'm coming to Australia. I was going to say Tasmania. I'm coming to Australia. So I'm going to stick those pictures up, and I'm going to be clear to the universe, this is my big picture. This is what I want brought to me. I'm not going to worry about how to do that, but I'll put it out there, because for you, we want to make the most of this. It's like, what else can I bring in?
Thank you so much. Yes.
No worries. There's been a shift with money too, so the more money's coming in, and it's like for you, you're going to be able to, I want to say I've got my travel fund, and I just every week a certain amount comes out and gets transferred, and that's my travel fund for me, because you can live on not much. It's funny, and I feel like maybe that's a reference to previously. There's times where you've had to make money go far. And it's like, this year's not the case for you. You have more than enough.
Thank God.
So, yeah. Hey, look, you don't need to when you get the universe working. Seriously, like the universe will bring to you what you need and want, as long as we're clear. It's really, the main thing is we don't have to work hard to make all this money. We can, put on our, within our, I suppose, energy field that we are going to be bringing this in, and it really does work. And I know that from my life. There's so many things that have just transpired, and even for me, the last 12 months, things have quickened up faster than ever before, and it's because I've been clear.
Heck yes, I'll be clear with my intentions. Thank you.
So what about there's a relationship around you at the moment?
Yes. Now, what do you mean, like a relationship with a significant other, or?
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So is that fairly recent? Because it's like it's been brought to me. This is.
Yes. Me and my significant other just got reconciled, I guess.
Okay. So you were together, then separate, then you're back together again, yeah?
Kind of, yeah. It's a little complicated.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, isn't it always? That's life, isn't it? Nothing's simple. This year is about for you, so I would be also on that vision board putting some affirmations on your perfect partner. I feel like he's made significant changes and can step up to the mark, but it's almost like if we put it out there that we want somebody that's open, straightforward, that's independent, and someone that you don't have to be carrying, a little bit like I said to the last caller. We can put the affirmations that bring about the perfect person, or that person being able to fit that mold.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I say perfect person, there's no such thing, there's no one's perfect, but but we want to be solid in what we know. I suppose it's going back to our moral code of what we will accept and what we won't. And there's certain things that are important to us. And, all relationships, I feel we learn a lot from. And the fact that you've been together and come back, you've been apart and come back together, you're drawn to each other, and there's an element of connection there that it just needs to, fall into place and be more flowing, I want to say. So we don't want it to be up and down all the time. It can be up and down a little bit, but not all the time.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
But this year for you, it's almost like, you won't have to worry about that. If he's, if the changes don't stay if he doesn't, how can we put it? Now with the reconciliation, if things don't keep going smoothly, you will step up and go, not for me, because it's like you're not going to let something hold you back.
Yes, that perfectly sounds just like me. Everything you said, definitely it fits.
Awesome. And sometimes too, and that's what I say with having a reading is, you connect with this, and I'm just giving you what you already have within, but it's that reminder to honour who you are and the importance of trusting your inner guidance, because you're very well guided. And I want to go to, I've got a grandmother in spirit who's up there, and I feel like she's doing this to me, like, I'm the one guiding. So I feel like she's a very strong person, and it's like she's the no nonsense one to help guide you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So she wants you to acknowledge she's around. She's a strong lady, I have to say.
Thank you. Yeah. She is.
Yeah. So she's like, and she's no nonsense, because she's there going like, and that's why I'm doing this. It's like, no, if that's not right, she's going to call you on it, and she's not going to mess around. And it's like she's giving you that bit of inner fire to go, right, if it doesn't work, next, I want to say.
That's probably where I get it from. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, she's putting her hand up going, it's her. Like, she's the one that, she's acknowledging that she's around you, and she's the one giving you strength and helping you with this guidance. And often spirit will do that. And she is no nonsense. So it's like, take no prisoners with this lady. I really like her. Like, she's very direct, and it's like she gives you very clear messages, and that's where, sometimes you feel like things are just popping into your head, but it's not. It's actually her sending you the information and giving you that guidance. So know she's around, and when you get the signs, know that that's her.
Oh, thank you so much.
Especially at this point in time, because she's like, this year for you is big, so we're not taking any nonsense.
Heck yes, that's what I needed to hear.
Yeah. So remember that.
Yes.
You've got this. All right, I'm getting the wrap up to finish up my show. Thank you so much for ringing in. It's been great to connect, Paige. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right, that's the end of another great show. Thank you so much for ringing in and taking the time to connect with us at A1R Radio. Thank you so much. Same time, same place next week.